We put a new spin on trial and error this week on Hapless Heroes.
We're going to need a much better lawyer after this.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Hapless Heroes podcast. I'm Francesco, and I continue to be your host and DM in this crazy epic adventure. I have an amazing cast. You know them. Like I said, you love them. It's been years. You're still here, enjoying these faces. They are Dave, playing Zero Valen's Avatar of War.
Good evening, everyone.
Mike, as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind.
Always at your service.
Nicole, as Boris the Butcher.
Oh, I'm going to need a court dress now.
Zach, as Pregnart.
I can't see my face.
Phil, as Hedrick the Entertainer.
Don't worry, buddy. I can. You're not missing much.
And John, as Lord Jarrell the Light.
We still have a couple more plans we can try.
So, yeah, I don't know, through some clever negotiations of some kind, or I don't know what, you guys managed to explain your way out of getting arrested again. Now Zero is your legal counsel, and you have a court date tomorrow at 9 a.m. at the Tower, capital T, second floor in the public law area.
It's because we're really good at this game, friend. That's why we avoided getting arrested.
So good at this game. You guys are so good at this game. I mean, you've
We're
been playing
really
it for
good.
years. Of course you're good at this game. And so now we have a court date tomorrow. Something else was supposed to happen tomorrow too. I'm trying to think of what it was supposed to be. We'll come up with it. We'll figure. I'm sure we'll remember when we get there.
I think it rhymes with
remind us.
Schlemacalypse.
I have it under good authority that even if they lock you up, you'll be in for a very short time.
So that's where we are. The party has, other plans in the chamber. We have ways to potentially avoid catastrophe or a total party wipe if something catastrophic were to happen.
Yep.
That rhymes with schmishmacalypse.
Yes, they're very specific plans in the chamber. Hedrick, if you haven't been caught up, the next one after the Bush Journal is He's All That. Let's see, an Apocalypse Carol.
Wait, we need to explain these to him as we go. He's All That is where we take off Filbert's glasses and he's hot. And
He gets the self-esteem required to not destroy the world.
Yeah, he goes on a date and that distracts him from wanting to destroy the world. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to take him to prom or something.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got that. We've got an Apocalypse Carol, which will probably involve three of us trying to pretend to be ghosts of something or other.
4 to
That's what
5.
machines
Five
were
with the
for.
Muppets. Five with the
it's
Muppets.
Five with
4,
Muppets, yes.
4, and then 5 if we do the Muppets version.
Okay. And we also have Philbhausen by proxy, which wasn't fully defined, but was some sort of food poisoning plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's on the table.
And Filbert Scissorhands.
Yeah, Filbert Scissorhands.
Where we just cut off his hands so he can't do the spell.
That's pretty low. It's pretty low on the list, that one.
That's why I had maiming is better than murder in my note.
Jarrell was not a huge fan of that plan, if I recall.
I was okay with it. He was on team maiming is better than murder.
I mean, at this point, Jarrell's okay with murder if we have to save the world. So.
Well, I mean, technically, we can reset it if we murder the wrong person, so it's all good.
It's called just maiming.
Just maiming. Okay, well, so that's what we got going on for right now. You've been dismissed again from the tower. It is now the late afternoon. Oh, right. That's something I forgot. Pregnart is in possession of a cute little hamster wearing a cute red hat that rides a tiny, like a unicycle that is just too small for it, and is whistling. Whistling. Well, it's whistling a little tune, but in your mind, it is whispering dark things.
Whistling.
If it's whistling, in fact, while if we can just assume it as read, that for the remainder of the interactions that Pregnart has with the hamster, when I am talking in the crazy voice or whatever that I'm doing, all the rest of the party here is just excited chittering or whistling.
So this is totally going to play out like some sort of weird, psychotic murder spree caused by Pregnart.
Maybe.
Well, the fact of the matter is, you guys may have this court date and all, but that gives us one night to figure shit out. And no matter what happens, we have our exit card. We have, our overall plan.
And one night's all we need for the Apocalypse Carol. So,
Wait, are we trying to do that tonight?
Oh,
what time is it?
On the run.
What time is it?
Do we have enough time for Apocalypse Carol?
I don't know. I need to find enough time to potentially buy a powdered wig. Okay.
I mean, we might have time for a couple of these if we. I'm not sure what time of day it is. It seemed like it was relatively early.
No, I don't think we have time for Apocalypse.
How many of these plans
Carol.
can we do without using magic?
I mean, Apocalypse Carol, we can definitely do without
using magic publicly.
Yeah, I mean, we have a place of residence. If you want, I can scry on this little fucker, and we can just go do what we have to do at the right place at the right time, if that's what we feel.
I vote Apocalypse Carol.
Alright, if we need a 4-post bed or canopy bed of some sort. We're gonna need some criteria here. I don't know any sort of investment bankers who recently passed away that are gonna haunt my ass, but
not you.
No,
we never confirmed the kid's name, did we?
Filbert.
Yeah, it's a horrible name. I forgot that it's a terrible name. Yeah.
Awesome name.
Hence Philbhausen by proxy.
Right. So all we have to do is dress up and invade his bedroom at night.
Wait.
Yes, let's re-break into the house.
Boris has pulled like a powdering puff out of her bag and has started powdering the blonde wig that she's wearing.
Let me also remind you that you recently put the people who live in that house on high alert.
I don't know. It
because
sounds like weird to say, but I think I can be the voice of reason, and maybe we should wait till the next peanut butter cup to do an Apocalypse Carol.
So the question still remains then. What do you do with the night?
Piss it away.
A whiskey drink,
ultimately,
and a cider drink, and a vodka drink, and a lager drink.
Yeah. Maybe a few songs.
The ones that remind us of the good times.
Yeah.
You stop this madness right now. You stop this madness right now, because I'm going to wake up tomorrow now, and that's going to be in my head, or I'm going to be humming it when I'm like making my breakfast or whatever, and I'm going to be very mad. I'm going to be mad at you specifically.
You can't be mad because it's never going to get you down.
Yeah.
Stop it.
We hear the hamster whistle.
Don't cry for me next time.
You're a good whistler.
You know what? Just for that, yes, you brought up the hamster. That's great. I'll use that as a way to force some action here. The Pregnart in your mind.
What's happening?
Balathor commands you
Whoa.
on this evening of the full moon
Uh-huh.
on the planetary alignment. Cast me into the ley line
Okay.
Let its magic rip this mortal form asunder.
That sounds like a good plan.
Do this, and I will love you forever. And it gives you a little hug.
It gives
If he
me a
wasn't
little
already
what?
sold.
It gives me a little hug.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Jarrell, the hamster's telling me to cast it into the nearest ley line. Where is that?
Huh. The hamster told you that.
Yeah, he just wants to get some work done, I guess.
The rest of you are just listening, literally just listening to the hamster, like just whistle to Pregnar.
Now,
Yep, that's it.
Pregnart's been known to silly things before.
Uh-huh.
But it's not, divine sense isn't, it seems worth it to use one right now.
Yep, you gonna do that?
Yep.
Is Jarrell is what is it? Is you getting that Jarrell tingle?
Yeah.
Looking for that fiend.
Yep.
Yeah. Woo! Alarm bells. That divine sense is just that is red hot, lighting up. Just a massive ping on this cute little hamster.
Yeah, no big deal. He just talks to me.
It's just like it is. I mean, holy crap! This is the fiendish thing. This is a fiend of fiends trapped inside a little hamster.
Pregnant.
Yeah.
Your hamster wants you to throw it where, when?
Yeah, it talks to me in this big grumbly voice. It sounds really cool. And he says, cast me into the nearest ley line.
And he wants you to do that right now or when?
Yeah, he'd give me a little hug.
Getting nothing else out of him.
And he loves me. He said he'll love me.
Actually,
and I just
Jarrell.
need to cast him into a ley line.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not going to force a roll. You mean you already know this is like definitely a fiend, but I would like you to make me an insight check because the last time Pregnart relayed to you what something was saying, there were mentions of peanut butter cups.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't always giving you the best information. So just give me, the
doesn't-
classic Jarrell insight check, please.
He doesn't lie. He just doesn't really stick to the good parts. 4.
A 4, perfect. I guess it's just there's some things to parse through. Obviously this thing is there's something wrong with it. But
I'm mostly just concerned with the fact that it is a fiend. More so than
I'm sure.
Okay, hold on.
But now, here's the problem, right? Obviously, you may feel compelled to smite said fiend. I know you, Jarrell, love to do that. That's kind of like your thing. But you would also be tearing away something from Pregnart that I think we can all have established he loves very dearly. So
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Now, would it be safe to say that the fiend is possessing our little hamster friend and not so much actually the form of the hamster?
Your divine sense can't really necessarily tell you that. It just kind of tells you the presence.
But
and the
could a
presence
religion
is
check?
very much there. Yeah, you know what? Let's see.
Do
what
fiends
your
come in the
religious
hamster
knowledge-
variety?
Yeah, let's see what your religious knowledge tells you about hamster fiends.
Okay, that is significantly better. It's a 23.
Not a very common thing for a fiend to be a hamster. Something must be affecting it. Something must be like this is definitely not its true form.
All right, now I have to figure out how to... Could ceremony cleanse the hamster?
Now that's an interesting question. I don't know. What kind of ceremony would you throw for the hamster?
because I forget the full text of ceremony, but
There's a few different types of ceremonies you could perform. I think there's like 4 or 5 different ones you can do.
But I'm pretty sure one of them.
I know marriage is one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to go that route.
But I think I can change things from consecrated or desecrated to consecrated.
You may want to take a look at that then.
Could I perform an exorcism on this hamster?
You know what? I don't even care if the spell says it. I will allow. Do you also have banishment?
Oh yeah, that's backup to. I have to remove the demon.
I'm gonna say that is good. Yeah. I was gonna say like that may be a component. Like yes, you could probably perform the exorcism, but it's all that it will do potentially is remove the fiend from the form. You're not sure what's gonna happen to the hamster.
I'm remembering The Exorcist, and it's not pretty.
And this was not necessarily one of the plans that was on the docket for the whole situation. But I mean, what better way to kill an evening, I guess, than performing an exorcism on a hamster, right?
It should only take about an hour.
You're right. I didn't have to get familiar with the legal system or anything.
So yeah.
Wait, so Zero is studying.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you know what? You guys have fun with the hamster. Zero is just going to go to the far end of the room and stick his nose in the biggest law book he can find.
Yeah, because we're going to assume you guys are definitely like doing all this plotting and planning back in your lodgings that you've grossly overpaid for,
right.
That are really nice. So like you're being weighted on hand and foot. Like
Pregnant, my friend, your hamster seems to be possessed by an evil being, and I would like to help it be healthy and a good hamster instead of a bad hamster.
He has a really healthy voice. He says, "Oh, my name is Balathor. I want to do bad stuff, but it's okay."
Jarrell, make me another religion check, please.
I will say, Pregnant, just because something said it's okay to do bad stuff doesn't mean it's okay to do bad stuff. Nat 20.
Jarrell, you know that what Pregnard has just done is spoken the true name of this fiend.
Mm-hmm. Which should help me exorcise.
A very useful thing to do when performing an exorcism is to know the true name of the being you are trying to exorcise.
Does anyone happen to have the spell Hold Monster on them at this time?
Well, yeah, I think I could take care of you there.
Okay, will you please hold the hamster in place on the bed?
You got it. And Hedrick will cast Hold Monster, looking at it in the eyes. He's going to be playing a tune that starts mimicking the whistling patterns he's hearing, and then violently turns into this more like bum 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 bum.
If she hasn't already done so, Boris changes from her Girl Guide costume into her armor while this is happening.
That's a wise choice. Jarrell, you are actually technically still in your appropriate clothes as well.
Yeah.
Also, Pregnard is kind of like freaking out right now. He's like,
"Wait, what are you doing to Balathor? He's not doing anything to anybody. He just wants to be cast into a ley line. Let's go do that for him."
No worries, Pregnard. This will make him better, and I'd like to do a persuasion to ease Pregnard's mind.
Okay, yeah. Before you roll, or while you roll that, Pregnard, in your mind, you hear, "Don't let them do this to me, Pregnard. You are my only chance at salvation. I only ask to be freed from this mortal coil."
He just wants to be freed from He just wants salvation. He wants to. I don't know what the words he's saying are, but he says, "Order the Predator." He sounds like that. He sounds really cool. Can you guys hear that? He says, "Oh, hello."
That is really not a good sign, Pregnard.
You're not really helping my case right now.
Jarrell only rolled a 12 on the persuasion.
He says stuff like this. He says, "Pregnard, you're really cool. I like you."
Pregnant, this isn't helping.
Jarrell changes.
You can't let them do this exorcism. It would mean an eternity of torment and pain for me. and I'm trying to escape that. Pregnant, you gotta help me. Pregnant, you are my only hope.
He says he doesn't want this to happen. I don't. What? Why? What are you? What's happening? This is my friend. He
Shocked.
just wants to ride a unicycle and whistle a jaunty little tune.
He can still do that when he's not evil. Jarrell is now standing in his vestments with the holy symbol of Valen and a thing of holy water, splashing the hamster, saying, "The power of Valen compels you. The power of Valen compels you."
Wait, what does the hamster look like when he's doing this?
Right, the head spinning around, spewing little hamster grossness everywhere.
The hamster begins to actually start cycling wildly. The tires themselves burst into flames and are leaving a circle of flame
All right.
that is tearing across the room as it's trying to obviously resist being splashed with
Is
the
that
holy water.
is that a bad sign to Pregnart yet?
I don't know, man.
Wait, how's he going in circles with Hold Monster on him, though?
It's the unicycle,
Wait, no one
not
cast
the
it yet?
hamster.
Oh,
No one
okay.
cast it yet.
no.
All Jarrell did was splash it with holy water. We were
Hedrick-
asking what it did.
All right, no, Hedrick is singing and playing to this animal. He
Yeah,
is
yeah.
definitely holding Monster on this. Harry,
Okay,
can you hear
while
me?
he's splashing it. Okay, I understand. Okay.
Harry,
Well,
can
obviously,
you feel me?
Well, in that case, the tires are spinning in place and bursting into flames. It's when if you were to light steel wool on fire and spin it around on a string, you'd see it all it's sparking and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I'm
That's
picturing
what's happening.
like a mini hamster Ghost Rider on the bed right now on a unicycle.
I mean, also
Uh,
just tire, right? Because unicycle.
right.
Pregnard, Balathor is begging
Stop
you to
doing
make it
this.
stop. Begging you.
Stop doing this to him. He's not doing anything.
While they're doing this, Zero is just going to fold up the book for a second, set it down, go over to the dining room table, move the centerpiece a little. He's going to put Reason on a tripod on the table, pointed right at where the hamster is. He's going to tie a string around the trigger, take it back with him back to the chair, and start.
Yeah, okay. Just Quinn, what are you doing actually while this is all going down? I'm kind of curious. The exorcism is sort of in progress.
Yeah, I think
This is the next hour of your life, buddy.
I know. I feel like he's trying to decide because I mean, we're all in at this point, right? So, but he is definitely what the fuck have I gotten myself into? What is going on? Actually, I was actually thinking that Hedrick was going to start singing "Ring of Fire" at this point. That was kind of
Got
where
an
I was
hour.
going
We got
in
a
my
whole
brain.
hour.
Sure, I start I don't know. Quinn
Drinking.
starts. He's been
it's-
drinking, please.
It's a hamster wheel of fire.
Yeah, he's. I would think Quinn is just kind of behind Jarrell, just using Jarrell as a shield in case this thing actually erupts or explodes or anything
Makes
of the
sense.
kind. So he
I
is
love
just
it.
standing behind Jarrell, kind of goading him on because I'm the help person anyway. So I'm just saying Jarrell, you've got
get
this.
this.
Great job. You're doing phenomenal.
I haven't gotten to use this yet, and it's been in my adventure gear forever. I have my sensor swinging back and forth while I'm continuing. So it's got the incense in it.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. So I actually get to use that thing for a little bit. Cool.
Pregnart uses shape water to take the water from the bathtub and take the bubble bath water and extinguish the flames on the hamster in bed.
The second the water touches the flames, it evaporates immediately and the flames stay lit.
Is the hamster still cute? Because I feel like that'll play an impactful thing on whether or not Pregnart.
It looks like it's still currently in the stage of the ritual. It is just a hamster screaming in pain with that is but frantically wheeling a unicycle.
Okay.
In place, stuck in place.
Once it starts turning
it's-
green.
Yeah, it's trying to actively resist the hold monster, but it is unable to. You guys are about let's say about 10 minutes into this now, and then there's a knock on the door, Room service.
So go to the door. She's not doing anything.
How do you open the door, Boris? This is happening like in the fucking living room. You know what I mean? Like this is like you guys are doing this like in your public gathering area. Like you see, if you were to swing these doors open, like this, whoever is at the door would see every
The chaos going on.
Yeah, she opens the door like with one arm. She opens a single door, like wide enough that you can see a little bit past her. She's not really trying to hide the exorcism, but she's also not like slamming them open.
I mean,
like,
it's also very noisy.
yeah.
Right. And you can see it's like it's the same guy who actually it's the same guy who was helping Pregnard out earlier. And
Is it the same guy who
Hedrick.
gave us the hamster?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hi, I don't mean to bother you, and he kind of like tilts his head to like as if to like try to look past
The
you,
power
like,
of Erlen
through the-
compels you.
right, exactly. Because there's like
Quinn casts.
Why are you doing
sleep.
this?
no wait, you're asleep.
Quinn casts sleep.
It's the quintatorship all over again. He's doing it again.
I don't want him to see this.
He's doing it again.
Avert your eyes. I cast sleep, which is what 5d8.
Can you get the hamster too?
It's gonna
Well,
invite him in and
don't-
say, "You need to see this."
I'm
Just say
just
we're
gonna.
gonna just ask him where the hell he got this hamster from,
Gonna do.
and also if he knows the name of a good lawyer.
And I was gonna ask him if he knew where he could get some more holy water.
Oh my god.
Oh, I can make more.
30 gallons is probably too much. It's just a hamster.
So 5, 7,
You can stop there if you want.
8. Well, I don't want to go too far because then Boris gets screwed.
You
Oh,
could-
Boris
you
will
could-
be fine.
you could not
Yeah,
do
that's what I
my
figured.
narcos.
Okay.
I was gonna say roll more than like roll more than 5 ones.
31. Oh shit.
He's a commoner. Okay.
44.
Perfect. Yeah. As he's like looking into the door at mid sentence, just falls over asleep.
The hamster's whistling.
Problem solved.
Pregnard, perfect. Pregnard, you hear in your mind, this is incredible pain. Pregnard, you don't understand. Pregnard, this is the end for me. This will be eternal torture forever.
right.
Do you want that for your buddy? Is that really how you want to treat your boy, Pregnard?
Drags the room
that's
service
the
guy
last-
into the bed and swaddles him in Hedrick's old swaddle in the meantime.
Right next to the hamster exorcism.
All right,
the guy
So okay,
in the back.
this is perfect.
That-
This is perfect. Just to the audience, to our wonderful, amazing audience. Yeah, just to paint this scene for you, just to kind of pan the camera out to the third person for a second. To like the outside of the hotel room door. This poor guy comes up to the door. He just falls over unconscious and then is just dragged into this room, and then the door is shut behind while there's sounds of like
We're gonna need
an
a much
exorcism
better lawyer
happening.
after this.
Yeah.
You already need a much better one.
Well, that last cry for help from Balathor / Harold was the last straw for Pregnard. His trust in Jarrell can only go so far, and he jumps onto the bed and
The hamster overtakes your trust in Jarrell.
I don't know, Frank. This seems. Do I need to make an insight check? I feel like this is like.
would this
acute-
cause would this cause Pregnard to question anything? Because like here's the thing, it still looks like a hamster,
Yeah, and he gave me a little hug, and he's whistling it too.
and he said he loves you.
Yeah,
He called you. He said you're like he's your boy.
Jarrell, I trust Jarrell, but this little hamster is kind of like one of my top priorities right now.
It's like the
And-
scene in Empire, Return of the Jedi, where the Palpatine
For sure.
is like, and they looking
You know
back
what?
and
Pregnard,
forth between them.
This is a pivotal moment in the exorcism. So sure, make me an insight check.
21.
I made the DC 20. So,
All right.
I was like, okay, I was like, I'll make this a hard check. If he gets a 20 or better, like, we're good, right? Because it's like, I don't think Insight's one of Pregnard's super high strong suits, right? So, there was a chance. Okay, you trust Jarrell more than anything. You're pals. He loves you. You love him. You've known him longer, right? Balathor's a new friend. He's a cute friend, but he's a new friend. So you're going to have to grit your teeth because obviously Balathor's cries for help and mercy are going to intensify as this goes on. But you trust Jarrell.
All right.
So what do you say to Balathor?
I already said I jumped onto the bed. So I jumped onto the bed, and I lean over Balathor and I say,
Balathor, I'm so sorry, but I think you might be bad.
and I give him a little kiss on the forehead, and I say,
Get well.
and then
No.
and then I get off the bed and I don't know. I kind of just like I hide under the bed.
Okay. We're gonna say we're gonna probably fast forward about 30 minutes. So now we're 40 minutes into this 60-minute ritual. Okay. Balathor's cries for mercy have only gotten more intense. Boris, you have a hand up.
Yes. How long does sleep last?
Until he wakes up.
Okay.
Like, so he's out until someone wakes him up or until he gets some sleep.
So he's just swaddled.
He's been working hard, so he's out for a bit.
Yeah.
The
I
sounds
did him
of
a
this
favor. I
exorcism-
did him a favor.
The sounds of this exorcism are not necessarily like rousing him from his sleep, so you got that going for you at least. He is a pretty,
Swaddled his ear as
pretty
well.
heavy sleeper. Yeah. However, at this point in the exorcism now, like the hamster does begin to start changing shapes a little bit. Like you can see it's almost like something is like almost like stretching and like trying to like find its way like out of the hamster. Like this like crazy sort of like almost like bat-like head just like keeps like trying to like push its way out, but then it just like stretches back down into a hamster. It's like proportions are getting crazy out of control, but it's still held. Like everyone is concentrating really hard on all these spells that they're casting.
And you can hear him whistling.
This is literally the worst thing ever. I can't believe this is happening to me. I just wanted to be free. Why must I suffer for eternity? Is what Pregnard hears.
Oh,
To everyone
no.
else, it sounds like almost like it's a combination now of like a squealing rodent, and then that like turns like deep and guttural at times as like the forms start pushing its way out, but then it just comes back. And then there's another knock at the door.
Wait, Pregnard peeks out from under the bed, and he sees like all the weird forms, and he's starting to put two and two together here.
Yeah, it's bad. There's another knock at the door. Room service.
Pregnard goes to answer it.
Oh god.
He's crying.
The power of Valen compels you. The power of Valen compels you. How do you open the door?
Sadly,
I mean, but like, do you open it all the way? Like, do you crack it open? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
I think Pregnard only opens doors like one
way?
One way. Yeah, he just opens it.
So just opens it wide. So okay.
Yeah.
So this.
Well, no, he
like
can be.
another.
He can be secretive when it calls for it. But yeah, he's unfiltered right now. He's completely distracted by what's going on in the bed, and
Okay.
it's as if
it's
a
a bellboy.
pouty child opens the door.
Okay. So it's a bellboy.
Yeah.
19 years old, maybe. Just like looks in. He's like, I just wanted to check in and see if there was a noise.
Everything is not okay. You gave us a hamster that he's possessed, and now we have to oh, I can't take it anymore. I need another hamster.
And like you just like this person looks petrified. like petrified
Now-
like with what's happening, because like it's a very intense thing that's happening in the background, because like, you know, Hedrick is like playing this like really intense song, and he's like, I mean, if you think about him, like a musician playing like 40 minutes straight, like he is like in the, you know, back half of this set here that he's doing to maintain the concentration on the spell. You know, he's at this point gone into just the many different solos and noodles and jams, because like you got to keep things moving somehow.
He's trying to do it with the constant backing vocals of the power of
Valen
compels
you.
So it's very, you know, very eclectic taste for most people.
So like at this point, this employee is just kind of like standing there, like he can't even finish his sentence. He's just kind of like hand up, like looking into the room, like looking way just past you, Pregnart, at like what's happening behind you, and is just like kind of speechless for a moment. There was a noise complaint, so we were just kind of asked to see if you could keep it down.
I wish we could, but you gave us a demon-possessed hamster, I guess, you crazies.
I didn't do anything of the sort. By the way, have you seen Nate?
I don't know who that is. Now get us a hamster.
Oh, okay. And he just like closes the door.
The
or just walks
solution.
away.
The solution to this is more hamsters.
Yeah, Pregnart wanted a little hamster friend, and the one he got was real fucked up. And
The
he's
goal
pretty
here is
upset.
to exorcise the demon from the hamster, so you can have the healthy, normal hamster. Whether or not he can still ride a unicycle after this is up in the air, though.
Well, Pregnart doesn't have any concept of what's going on.
Zero looks from over the top of his book. Does pro bono mean what I think it means?
The power of Valen compels you.
Good talk. And then he
Only
just
in the right
dips
circles.
back under the book.
Oh, then what the fuck is that? I'm supposed to work with the ice cream band song? Give me a break.
That's what the hamster's whistling, I guess.
And Hedrick's trying to work with that.
At this point now, like the hamster itself is like starting to almost like start to like smoke is like rising up from its like body, like its little hairs are getting like singed, and like, you know, you can see like its eyes are like now starting to glow this like deep red. You can hear its primal roars just like calling out, and you can see now like the forms of like the hamster and like this weird like bat looking demon thing with like, you know, big wings. It's like just stretching out from each other. And then there's like a big pop. And now like the form of this like demon is now floating in the air. You could now.
Wait,
Hedrick,
is the
you
demon
feel-
whistling now?
No, it's just.
All right. Then scratch that previous whistle.
Like the screams that you heard in your mind now, Pregnart, are now actually like just happening out in the room for everyone else to hear, and it's horrible, and this thing is begging for its life.
Jarrell picks up the Sword of Justice and swings and attempts to banish the creature.
Okay. I mean, it's an auto hit. It is paralyzed.
Oh, sure.
It's also a crit.
Hold monster only lasts for 1 minute.
Oops.
Ooh.
So you've capped it at
That
60
ended a
times.
long time ago, and Hedrick's just kept playing.
Oops. We'll say the amplifier did a great job.
All right, I'll expend a charge.
Because I thought it was longer than a minute, so that was my fault.
I was gonna interject a while ago, but things kept proceeding, and I was like,
They
well,
kept proceeding,
well.
and that's my fault. But you know what? Hey, listen, you know, it's something magical happened today. Also,
Let's just say
Um,
that because it was cast on a hamster so small that it was
Yeah,
like sort
sure.
of like extra dose.
hardly a monster, right?
Or we just found some scotch tape and after the first minute.
Blah, 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 rule of cool, yada, yada. Let's go. So in this case, I'm going to actually have this make a save. What is the save it has to make for banishment, Jarrell?
It's a 17.
Oh shit! It fails.
Good.
So with what plane are you banishing it to?
Would my religion check and knowing the name?
Oh wait,
of
you
these...
got a very good religion check. Yes, it is a fiend from the abyss.
Yep, I'll send it right back there, and then I will spend the next minute concentrating to keep it there.
With a loud pop, it is banished to its native plane.
Okay.
And now you have, and now the hamster is unconscious, barely breathing. Its skin and fur singed. Its unicycle destroyed.
Hedrick will cast Cure Wounds on the hamster.
Now that's a noble thing right there, my guy.
Pregnard, don't worry, we're gonna save Harold. He'll be okay.
The hamster's wounds are healed, and then it just kind of looks up, its hat is still kind of hanging on its head. It's very singed, but it's still there. It's just looking around frantically. It looks really scared, and runs onto the bed.
Runs under the bed?
Yeah.
Pragnar is going to try to handle this animal once more.
Great. Good job. Let's do that.
Everyone, let's give him some room. The more commotion and noise that's going on, the more distracted he's going to be. Can I help him? Can I help him with the animal handling by herding everyone else out of the room?
Jarrell is on the bed concentrating for the next minute.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're good. I'm okay. It's fine. We're good.
I already rolled a 19 for animal
That's
animal
beautiful.
handling.
Yeah. It's you kind of go under the bed and you reach your hand out a little bit to it, right? And it backs away from you a little bit more for a second, and then...
It's okay, Harold. It's okay. Don't do scary voice anymore. Just do a nice whistle.
It seems to have lost its whistle. It just kind of chitters at you. But then it sits back on its little
haunches.
Yeah, on its haunches, and it does these gestures where it's it points at you, it points at itself, and then it makes a little heart with its hands, and then it looks at you.
Yeah.
Expecting a response.
Do you want a harmonica?
It does the same gesture again. It points at you. It points at itself. It makes a little heart gesture with its hands.
Am I going inside or animal handling for this?
No, I mean you've made your animal handling check.
Okay.
You love me, little guy. I love you too. Let's be real friends and you not be scary anymore, okay?
Okay. It runs to your arms.
Aw.
Pregnart.
Yeah.
For the remainder of this run, you are responsible for Harold.
Harold, you're my buddy now. We're gonna stop we're gonna stop the schmalacalypse.
Nuzzles your cheek a little bit, gets a little slime on it, doesn't even care. You have a hamster buddy named Harold.
Pregnart uses some of his slime to sort of tilt his little hat to the side and form a little mohawk.
Oh yeah, hamster with a mohawk. Now, can we get a little description? I didn't get this the first time. Was it is it caramel and white? Is it?
We never actually described
white hamster.
I like the caramel and white.
That's what I was picturing.
That's the image I had in my head.
Perfect.
White belly,
Mm-hmm.
Caramel, mostly caramel with kind of the spot, uneven, asymmetrical, spotting. Yeah.
With a little red fez.
With a little red fez, correct.
And with a golden tassel.
Well, the tassel unfortunately has been singed off.
Fuck.
A single tear drips from Hedrick's eyes as he realized he named this creature, this companion, and it is no longer his. It belongs to Pregnart now.
That's true. You were the one to receive the hamster.
Yeah. But he's so proud. He's so proud for his little buddy and his little buddy's little buddy.
0. Can you make me just a straight up intelligence check, please?
4.
0, you feel like you are an expert in Boolean law.
I probably am. No.
However,
Is it objection or objection? Oh, well. They'll get it.
I'm gonna say that obviously there's the whatever if there were any boons you would have received from rolling well, as far as like if you were to go to court tomorrow and try to represent the crew, there will be no additional bonuses received for defending the crew.
Oh,
you're operating like you've absorbed a lot, but yet you've absorbed nothing. The legal system in Uhl is shockingly complex, almost obnoxiously so.
Oh, yeah, and all I'm going to do is what I was doing to that poor police officer and just Darvo as hard as I possibly can the whole time.
Well, the exorcism has been performed successfully. Moving on to our next immediate problem, you have an unconscious hotel employee who may or may not be Nate. That a friend was asking.
Once the minute passes where the beast is officially
Gone. Forever.
Jarrell will wake Nate up.
He wakes up like just like in a startle, and then like looks around the room and there's
He's
like
swaddled.
scorch. There's like he's that's right. He's like inside like this like he's like trying to like look around, right? Like what is happening?
Don't worry, just enjoy it. feel the blankets around you.
Oh God,
That is not a thing to wake up to.
that is not.
The blankets are comforting.
Oh.
The blankets are warming.
I mean, I understand what you're trying to convey. I just want you to understand how that would sound to somebody who fell asleep or like was, essentially magically put unconscious during like in the middle of witnessing potentially an exorcism or some crazy shit happening and then waking up essentially restrained.
Can he roll for persuasion?
Yeah,
You know what? Yes.
I definitely need a
Well,
persuasion check.
Just one other question. He's on the same bed where the exorcism happened, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. So he's also waking up
Oh,
to the
yeah.
largest weapon he will ever see in his entire life aimed directly
Pointing at
at
him.
him.
Well, does he see that? I mean, he's probably
It's on the
staring
table.
straight.
I mean, it's
Well, actually,
taking
I
up
don't know.
the
Hold
entirety of the dining room table.
yeah, but he's
Well,
like
yeah, it
waking up,
depends on what
probably
angle.
staring at
It
the
depends on-
ceiling.
I was gonna say it depends on what angle
I
he's
forgot.
being
There-
laid at.
there
'cause
is
he
a
can't roll
doorway.
himself
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
I feel like we could have
Himself
picked
over.
a better time to wake him up.
Feel the
Better or
blankets
better?
wrapping you and comforting you.
Please let me go.
He's literally cocooned.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I did, but I
Night-
promise I won't say anything. I didn't see anything. Okay, I didn't see anything. Just like let me go.
Yeah, it's a 19 on the die, 34.
I don't understand. Okay, he's like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to enjoy this. This is.
Don't worry,
so
don't
weird.
worry. Shh. Shh. Just relax. Hedrick will start playing just some light melodics, just finger picking some chords out and just
Oh
trying
my
to
God.
soothe the situation.
So this is the gaff, by the way, Hedrick.
so
Like this
I
is the
mean,
gaff. No. I'm not even like you don't even have to like it's like I can just choose to make this an embarrassing social gaff. The
Yeah.
embarrassing social gaff is that you believe sincerely that you are coming across as well intentioned,
Yeah.
right? You yourself believe that. This kid
Is terrified
Is-
of you.
terrified.
Like, is he coming across a little Weinstein-y here?
I mean, or just like serial killer. Like, oh my God, like I'm like this is a murder cult. I'm gonna be sacrificed or something like that. Like he looks terrified. He looks over like, like as he's scanning the room, like there's a kid with a bunch of knives, like on her hip. There's, a dude in a full suit of armor with a gigantic sword. There's a massive crossbow pointed at him from another room. Like, he looks scared for his life. But Hedrick, you really feel like you're just doing your best to try to, like, be a good host.
Jarl will loosen the swaddle and say, "You're free to go. Just go."
he just looks around like to see if he has any stuff, and he just runs out of the room.
Wait, one more thing before you go. Jarl flips him.
Does not even turn around. Like, does not.
A gold coin hits the wall of the hallway before the door slams behind him.
Throw a gold coin at this guy as he's running away in fear.
You couldn't have given him like a bar for his silence.
They probably would have hit him in the head or something. Like that,
it would have hurt him.
Okay, so problem solved.
A gold bar is very heavy.
I meant maybe give it to him earlier in the, discussion.
Well,
but hey, throw it at the back of his head. That solves a problem too.
No, instead just tell him to relax when he's in restraints and, has like weapons surrounding him. It's great. I love that. That was a perfect little like gaff for the fool's luck that you used.
And Hedrick doesn't know how to feel. He's captivated audiences, crowds, multitudes, and this one lowly...
you're not famous. You're not famous here.
Clearly, and maybe that's exactly what he's feeling. Is that?
But to me, that makes so much sense because, like, where you guys are from, the whole world at this point knows who you are, and knows of your deeds, and knows of what you've been able to accomplish. Right, especially with the help of Quinn embellishing a lot of that stuff, mostly his own accomplishments, but everyone else's too. He was. I'm not going to say fair, but fair enough that he didn't make everyone else seem like...
Fair to everybody else.
So, like, there's certain things that when everyone recognizes... Like, when you're a household name and you show up and, like, I'm here to help, yeah, that's just going to naturally instill someone with, like, a lot of comfort. Because it's like, oh, my God, yeah, you're Hedrick. Like, you're Hedrick. Like, you're part of the Heroes of Telduria. Oh, my God, we're saved, right? Like, there's that reputation that follows you. You are just a dude.
An exceptional dude,
and you're an exceptional dude, absolutely. But
relatively unknown,
completely unknown. You weren't even born when this was happening. You know what I mean? So it's one of the perspective.
Well, and you would think like possibly, the Garden Inn has seen their fair share of, rock stars, very unique individuals, and this happens to be a room full of them. So naturally, it's overwhelming. He understands. He realizes not everybody is accustomed to the kind of fabulous lifestyle and fame status as our company. However, he's a little hurt.
It's understandable. It's understandable. Well, hey, listen, what I will say is exorcism successfully performed. Good job, everybody.
Hamstorcism.
Hamstorcism. hashtag hamstorcism. But at this point, like, you have the night. You probably need some rest. Like, some shit's about to go down tomorrow. There's still some plans that may be on the table. I'm not sure if there's I think you guys have agreed that Christmas Carol, or not a Christmas Carol.
An Apocalypse Carol.
Apocalypse Carol is off the table for this particular.
We can still do Filbert Scissorhands.
Definitely, that one's quick.
But I guess we may just. Is there anything else that like anyone else is trying to do for the night? Before we, I sort of cut to long rest montage into the next day, and on to the dawn of the final day.
Darrell needs a long rest.
Pregnard is giving the hamster a foot massage.
Your bond with this hamster is only deepened.
And at least there's like food and water already set out for him. Like,
And Pregnard, I'll actually do you one better. It returns the foot massage.
Oh my god.
ooh, a hamster foot massage.
It's actually quite nice.
You should
All right.
try it. If nothing else, I mean, like, we're about to bed. The last thing that Hedrick would want to do is see if the gang would be interested. Would you guys? Should I scry on this Filbert? I mean, we want to keep tabs on him. Maybe he's leaving town. Who knows what the hell this little guy's up to? He could be in the depths of that tower as we speak.
Do you think he'll be able to tell that you're scrying on him?
Well, quite possibly, or somebody around him might, but hell, a clue is a clue. What are they going to do? Arrest us?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
As your lawyer, I would say that's exactly what they're going to do.
But you're not actually a lawyer.
And the fact of the matter is,
They don't know that, and you don't know that for sure either.
we
He's
can,
our lawyer.
we can wait for the signal. Whatever it is, we have to eat that fish to restart things. And so long as we're in a position to do so, I think we're still at a vantage point to gain as much information as we can. I'm putting it to a vote.
All in favor?
Of scrying on him right now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit.
Or at a specific time?
Hell, we've risked worse.
I do think that later would probably be better than right now prior to court.
Okay, well,
date in the morning.
I saw 4 hands raised.
Yeah, no, I think we're getting outvoted 0.
When do you do the scrying?
Well, that's part of our vote here. I mean, we're gonna think about timing. As far as I'm concerned, I'm the only one able to do this, and if this is a advantageous moment, I'd like to take advantage of it.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's like about 6 p.m. right now.
I wasn't exactly clear on the comings and goings between leaving the Ebenezer household and popping out in front of in our room and receiving a hamster. So I'm a little in the dark, but I just want to make sure I'm as helpful as can be.
So when do you want to do it?
Where did this kid go? You just left him here in the house? Where do we suppose he's actually conducting himself at this point? If this thing is supposed to go down relatively soon, wouldn't you think he's at the center of it? And maybe this kid doesn't always have security around him?
Well,
I say do
I believe he was instructed, or do I even know that he was instructed to wait until his dad comes home? No, I probably don't.
You do not. Well,
I do
yeah,
not.
the information was shared. The information was
Okay.
shared.
When you were in the house when him and his mom were having like the argument still,
You-
right? No, we
you
were
were-
already
you-
gone.
Quinn and Hedrick were.
And then where exactly was the spell supposed to take place again, Quinn? You were the one who looked at it.
I don't remember.
I mean, there were maps and things like that of like and drawings of like the cutout of the like the facilities and structures that surround this massive like column of energy that you know is the ley line. That also extend below ground. There's like labs and things like that down there. 'Cause
And during the conversion.
Well, the journal had the diagrams of that, but you currently are not in possession of said journal.
Correct.
But we know that during the convergence, and we know that it's around between the ley lines and the tower, which are kind of far apart.
I mean, if we keep an eye on him now, who knows what other things we may be able to influence and affect. I mean, that is why we are here.
Quinn, before we retire for the evening, would you be able to use your navigator's tools to determine exactly what time things are supposed to converge tomorrow?
Hey.
Quinn, why don't you poke your head out the window and give me a navigator's tools check, please?
Okay.
We'll use intelligence as the ability.
I inspire him.
Sure.
You probably should.
I'd love to. I know I've got a vert.
This will be
And
a
then-
beat.
You should be proficient with those.
Yep. +1 +5 is. And then what did you say, Phil?
I'm gonna inspire you.
Which means I get what?
A D12.
A D12.
If you feel like you need help, I could help you as well, Quinn.
So I'm using inspiration because I currently have a modified 14. So I'm hoping that one will at least get me above 15, and then hopefully I can get above 20. Oop, and it was off the table. And off the table again. Okay. So I have an 18 total.
18. Okay.
Do I have adult onset inspiration?
Yes, you do.
So I'm gonna do that as well.
Okay.
And nope.
Yeah,
I used
so
the first one.
We're sticking with the 18. All right, an 18, Quinn. Even with the adult onset inspiration, right? You said you rolled lower on the second
I did.
advantage roll, so unfortunate. Yeah, okay, but 18's respectable. So when you look at just looking up, obviously you don't get a full angle of the sky because you're looking out from just your suite window, right? So you can see a good portion of it. You can kind of see the moon, sort of moving its way through the sky, but you can tell that it's almost there's going to be a point where the moon itself is actually going to be crossing over the path of where that the ley line, that the beam from this just the stream of energy is going out into the endless sky. You don't actually know where that's how far that beam stretches out to. It's just it just goes out there. But you'd be willing to wager that at some point between the hours of midnight and 4 a.m. Those will align.
I will wager
based on the current
that
trajectory.
sometime between the hours of midnight and 4 a.m., the moon will match the trajectory of that beam.
This upcoming morning.
Yes,
Like
yes, that's what I
hours
said.
from now.
Midnight to 4 a.m. Yes. That is what I
So
said.
we might not be attending court tomorrow at 9 then.
You might still.
Let's face it, Jarrell, none of us were planning on attending.
I feel
court
like we're in a
tomorrow.
catch-22 here. If we
absolutely
stop the apocalypse, we have to go to court.
I don't think that's what will happen. but-
We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
I don't know if burning bridges is going to really help us here, but
If the lunar cycle fits, you must acquit.
So, I guess the thought now is start scrying at 3.
I would start. How long does the scrying last?
Well, let me check here.
did you say start scrying at 3?
Yeah, 1 hour before.
Yeah,
Gonna
no,
take him some travel time.
Between-
I said
Between.
sometime between the hours of midnight and 4 a.m. We've lost 75% of our
The
chance.
scrying only it only lasts for 10 minutes.
Hmm.
Now, what I'm hoping is if I can gain some information as to the winds
You
by looking into the wares, then we may be able to be at the right place at the right time. I think we can get a place by what Captain is telling us. That ley line is what it is, and that moon is only going to be where it's going to be.
you about to
one
try
time.
to
You only
so you're
want
about
to
to
be
try for
there
a third
for a
time.
step,
You're about to try
one
for a
time.
third time to go to the temple grounds.
Perhaps-
after being asked to leave twice.
Perhaps we scry on Filbert at 11:50, and then wait outside his residential gates, hidden from midnight until 4 to see if he tries to go anywhere.
Okay, what are we nicknaming this plan?
We can still call it Apocalypse Carol. I like that one.
No, because that's a
Just
plan
an
for another
apocalypse
time.
carol.
Yeah, that's a different one.
Let's call it
Operation
Dark
Urgent
Vision.
Furry.
Hamster wheel.
Wait, what's
Operation
the
Hamster Wheel?
movie with the boombox and standing in the driveway?
Say anything.
Yeah.
Operation Midnight or
try
4 a.m.,
anything.
whichever comes first.
Midnight comes first.
After-
Quinn.
I was going to say
Hours.
midnight comes first every single time.
60% of the time.
No, like literally every time.
Well, not if you're looking at it the other way around.
No, like every time. Like if you're actually if time is passing in like
If it's
in
3
a straight
a.m., then
line.
4 a.m. comes first. Just saying.
But it's not. It's 6 p.m. Quinn.
Right, but not every time does midnight come before 4 a.m.
But this time in particular, it does.
Cool. So what time are you trying to spy on this kid, and actually how are you doing it? Right, because you're familiar with the person, so you can attempt to just name the person and scry on them. You know
Right.
when you.
And I have a number of spell slots. I can cast this a couple of times. I'm just going to be depleting my spell
love it.
slots. So, scrying is a 5th level spell of which I have no
Oh
slots
well, that's
left.
too bad.
So I have 1 6th,
But can you
1
cast
7th, and 1 8th.
scrying at a level higher than 5th? Does it have an ability to be cast at higher levels?
I mean, I believe
Not
I
every
can
spell, not every
use a
not every
higher
not every
level
spell allows you to do that. Only some spells can actually be modified and cast at higher spell levels.
I'll
Yeah,
just look it
that's what
up.
I'm asking. It's very important. Because
Well, I was using
if I made you,
the,
I'm just saying, 'cause
the
if I
app.
made you guys use all your resources prior to anything important happening,
Do you...
before you long rest, that's a win for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, what does your long rest need, Hedrick? Is it 8 hours?
It's everybody's is 8 hours.
Everyone needs
Oh.
like eight, yeah.
Yeah.
But we
all
all
need
have
to,
dark
like-
vision, correct?
I do not.
And
no.
Boris does not.
I don't.
And
Well, that's-
Pregnart does not.
Yeah.
And Pregnart does
Oh
not.
my
And
goodness.
Zero does not.
And zero. In fact,
Wait, we're in a
actually,
minority now?
Yep.
When did that happen?
Jarrell and Quinn having their secret meetings, all dark
Yeah.
vision and shit.
Can
I
we
also
not,
just love
can we
for
not share
years,
that?
like for fucking years, Zero was always just sitting in the dark in our dark vision meetings and not saying anything about it.
Nope, not a
'Cause
word.
yeah. Anyways.
Well, anyways, that's what I got. It doesn't say anything here about casting.
Then
at
it
higher
probably
in that
is not
case-
able to.
So
We may just have to.
I think that's
I think-
bullshit. I
no.
think you can cast a spell at a higher
I
level.
think that is your
to burn the
limitation.
slot.
Is, you've used the spell slots for that level. If the spell cannot be cast at other spell levels, then you've used your opportunities to use that spell.
The only thing that I have available.
Or else, I guess what do limitations and resources matter, right? So like,
Right. All I have available to me to help us is to locate object, and if we position ourselves near the boy's home, we could potentially locate his robes. But that is about it.
have you ever actually come into contact with his robes? No.
Also, what if he sneaks out of the house in his pajamas?
It's also possible. I don't know if there's anything else associated with him that we could name.
Listen,
Yeah.
this is all really good information you guys can bring into potentially your next attempt. It's fine.
I
You
think
know, like this is a learning experience for all of us.
Yeah. This might have to be solved through old-fashioned surveillance, just putting some sneaky dudes outside the gates to the complex, watching and waiting.
We
Right,
have
and maybe
plenty
not
of
accidentally
CBDs.
getting yourselves implicated into a hamstorcism. That would help.
Boris walks up to one of the walls in the room and sticks her hand up against it and draws an outline of her hand and wrist, and then backs up to the other side of the room and just like hucks her dagger at the wall and waits for it to poof back into her hand and practices.
So yeah, we already have someone who's ready to embrace the.
I mean, we're running out of
Filbert Scissorhands.
options.
And Jarrell does not get a long rest.
I don't think any of us are getting much any kind of rest here.
You can attempt to, and hopefully you don't wake up to an apocalypse.
I don't think that's the best idea.
So I guess, in true Hapless Heroes fashion, I get to say, we get to debate that next week. Okay, let's hear it.
I'm looking at it now. When a spellcaster casts a spell using a slot that is higher of a level spell than the one they are casting, the spell assumes the higher level for that casting. For instance, you cast a magic missile using 7 level.
But see, magic missile can be cast at levels above first level. It actually is built into the rules of the spell.
It specifies.
It specifies that you can cast it at higher levels. Your limitation is that not all spells can be cast at other levels.
Unless it
I
says
think
so.
I think Phil, you're assuming that you can use a higher spell slot
For
to
a spell
cast
that
a lower
cannot
spell.
Right. I do not believe that's actually how
Yeah.
spellcasting works. And I could be wrong. Audience, fight me on it. If
We
you
have
don't believe
time to
that's
figure it
the
out.
case.
We have. Well, I mean, this
but-
episode's going to
but I'm
premiere
saying-
when we.
But what I'm saying is that is the limitation that I am imposing.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It says that some spells have it detailed in the
Yes.
description of casting at a higher level, and without that, it essentially means you cannot cast it at a higher level to use
We've
it. Thank you very much. I had to look it
Hey,
up for
I understand.
because it was like,
We've
Come on,
definitely
I've
glossed
got
over
more
we've definitely
abilities
glossed
here.
over important abilities before. Me forgetting legendary resistance on dragons, but we're just gonna we forget about them. We move on and we don't let that haunt us for years.
okay, thank you. The truth will always come out.
Yeah, I guess they say the truth shall set you free. However, I guess there will be no more truth revealed during this session, as our options may be exhausted, and we may be waking up to the apocalypse next week on the Hapless Heroes. But hey, listen. In the meantime, if you want to be mad at me for not just keeping this going and keeping telling you more story, don't get mad at me. Get mad at the demons hamster. That's really who was to blame here, and it was totally not a creation of my own. But anyways, you can find us on the internet. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Hapless Heroes. We're also on Facebook and Reddit, just look for Hapless Heroes Podcast. Those places have sticky posts or other, ways to point you to our Discord server, which is where we really hang out most of the time. Although I will say that we have been a little bit more active on Twitter. To Zach's credit, thank you, because I just could not handle doing all that. Slightly more. Hey, more than we were before. But seriously, join us.
I've been pinning the most recent episodes.
Oh, look at you. So wait. Oh, but I think that our Discord link is in our bio on Twitter, so it's fine. Anyways, come join us on Discord. Come engage with us on Twitter. Engage with us on social media. Shoot us an email, haplessheroes@gmail.com, whatever. Just come tell us that you love us. Make us feel really nice. But another way you could tell us if you love us is if you join, or if you leave us a 5-star rating on the podcast service of your choice. Those help us, I guess appear more in the algorithm and get more people just like you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you out there to listen to our show, and we really appreciate it. And if you say some nice things to us, we say some nice things right back to you here on the air, so you get to hear your name and feel how special because we've acknowledged your amazing person that you are. It's pretty great. But if you really, really, really like us, you could donate to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/haplessheroes. Check out the rewards, see if they, strike your fancy. We try to put bloopers up there, or if there's any interesting pre-game discussions or mid-game discussions we have, I'll clip them and put them up on there. It's just extra content. We have a bunch of stuff though, and it's helped us kind of keep the show running for as long as we've been doing it. And so we just want to say thank you again to everybody for even if you're just considering donating, even if you don't donate, it's fine. We don't care. We'll do this for free forever. It's great. But yeah, just check it out. Patreon.com/haplessheroes.
And if you like us right now, you like us, Sally Field, and the whole deal. For crying out loud, Will you make Tommy Lee Jones some nachos?
I feel like that one's doable and would actually be appreciated by the receiving party. I feel like Tommy Lee Jones is a nacho man.
I'm sorry, but am I missing something? Is there a context here that I'm supposed to have that I don't? Why does Tommy Lee Jones need nachos? Like, why is he in desperate need of nachos? And
He
not
probably
getting
likes
them?
nachos.
You don't have to overthink everything, Fran.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I guess.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
who doesn't like nachos?
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Hey.
I'm sorry for questioning this request. It's very doable. Go give Tommy Lee some nachos. Tommy Lee Jones some nachos already. Goddamn.
I mean, since we're insinuating that Tommy Lee needs.
Tommy Lee Jones. We have to specify.
Not Tommy
What?
Lee.
Tommy
Yeah.
Lee Jones
Tommy Lee.
needs,
Tommy Lee.
needs for nothing, but he,
Yeah.
I'm sure, would enjoy.
Anybody who
nachos.
He needs for nothing, but
Anybody
he
who
wants for
knows-
nachos.
Anybody who knows he needs nachos can call him by Tommy Lee. What kind of nachos are on there?
We got the whole spectrum of nacho toppings. We got beans. We got ground beef. We got vegetarian imitation ground beef. We got jalapeno slices, both fresh
on the
and
same
pickled.
nacho order.
We got cheeses. We got Jesus. We got tomatoes, shredded that's short for lettuce. Shredded cab, that's
The
short
fact
for
that you have to
cabbage.
explain it though makes it so that you really just actually use more syllables to shorten lettuce.
Yeah, it would have been even
Shredded
shorter
let.
if you'd shut the fuck up. Onions, and also, I don't know why this is not more commonplace. Little fresh cracked pepper
Yes.
on top of the nachos.
Yes.
I feel like this would change up the entire culture surrounding nachos. Little cracked pepper, come on, is that so hard?
I do have to say that I feel like nachos are not. Anybody referring to Tommy Lee Jones as Tommy Lee is just asking for a punch in the mouth.
Yeah. Anyways, oh right, we have a show to end. Man, you know how time flies when we're just bullshitting around. Yeah, so there's a cast here, and we're gonna outro them. It's what we do. We have John playing Lord Draw the Light,
Until next time.
Phil as Hedrick the Entertainer,
I feel like I'm gonna have some hamster nightmares.
Zach as Pregnart,
Thank you for the foot massage, Harold.
Nicole as Boris the Butcher,
I don't see what the big deal is. I'm gonna let him keep his hands.
Mike as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind,
I know it was a 4-hour span, but I think I nailed that.
and Dave as Zero, Valen's Avatar of War.
Good evening, everyone.
And I'm Francesco. We'll see you next week as we actually get to probably what's the big thing that's about to happen that we've been alluding to this entire time. But bye now.
Bye.
Why?
Bye.
Why?
Now, by keep his hands, you mean not attached to his body still, though, right?
Like in his
Keep
pockets.
I hear necklace is all the rage.
Oh my god.
A necklace of your own hands. You used to have stumps where your hands used to be. How do you even put the necklace on?
Vargo Hope would like to know your location.